NBC has canceled it, the new season. It was supposed to premiere Sunday. That's apparently not going to happen now after NBC has canceled.
Is right here. Oh my God.
Nation, ABC and I, we stand against domestic violence 100%. And it's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate situation.
Today, we are digging into a crisis that absolutely rocked a major TV franchise. We're talking about how The Bachelorette got canceled, literally just days before it was supposed to air. And it all started with a leaked video. Just try to imagine this for a second. You have a huge flagship show, a new star, and the premiere is just around the corner. Then, with only 72 hours to go, poof, the network pulls the plug. Well, that is exactly what happened here. So yeah, it's official. ABC has completely canceled the upcoming season of The Bachelorette. The star was supposed to be social media personality Taylor Frankie Paul, and she was all set to start her big televised search for love. But as we're about to see, a sudden turn of events just stopped the entire production dead in its tracks. So what on earth could cause such a drastic last-minute decision like this? Well, the trigger, it was the release of a really disturbing cell phone video from way back in 2023. It suddenly popped up online, and it basically forced the network to make a move. Okay, so this timeline really helps put it all into perspective. You see, the original incident and her arrest happened back in 2023. Then she gets cast as the Bachelorette. But it's the video from that 2023 event leaking now, today, that lit the fuse for this whole explosion. So let's talk about what's actually in this video. The clip, which was filmed by her boyfriend at the time, is a little over 3 minutes long, and it reportedly shows a really violent fight. We're talking screaming, punching, even a headlock. But the most shocking part? The part that's really hard to stomach is the report that she was throwing metal chairs, and one of them allegedly hit her own 5-year-old daughter. And you know, this incident wasn't some big secret. Legally, it was all on the record. She was arrested, and the initial charges were serious. She ended up pleading guilty to a felony, which, yeah, was later reduced to a misdemeanor, but here's the kicker. She is still on probation for this incident. That's a public fact that became pretty much impossible for the network to defend once the video came out. So once that visual proof was out there for the whole world to see, the professional fallout was immediate. Let's take a look at how the network, we're talking Disney and ABC, officially handled this crisis. It didn't take long. I mean, within hours of the video going viral, Disney Entertainment Television put out a statement making their position crystal clear. They point directly to the newly released video as the reason, and then they shift the focus to supporting the family, which is basically corporate speak for we're done here. And the hits just kept on coming. It wasn't just The Bachelorette. Paul actually had another show in the works, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And yeah, production on that has been stopped too. It seems like a total freeze on her entire TV career. From there, the ripple effect just started spreading like wildfire. You had sponsors who are obviously crucial to any show's survival, and even her own castmates starting to react and, well, distance themselves. And here's a really powerful example of that financial impact. A major sponsor, Cinnabon, pulled out. They released a statement saying the brand just couldn't be associated with the show anymore because, and I quote, the drama no longer aligns with their values. Oof. And it wasn't just the corporate partners. Her co-star from The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Michaela Matthews, came out and said that the entire cast was on board with pausing filming. That's a huge sign of just how little support she had left, even from inside her own professional circle. So as her professional life was just imploding, the personal conflict between Taylor Frankie Paul and her ex-boyfriend Dakota Mortensen, the guy who filmed the video, was escalating into this huge public fight with two very different stories. So you've got these two completely opposing narratives. On one side, Paul's reps are calling the leak a malicious, destructive campaign by her ex to just completely ruin her career. But on the other side, sources close to Mortensen say he only filmed it because he was terrified that without video proof, nobody would ever believe him. And now, Mortensen is taking some very real legal steps. He's reportedly filed for a restraining order against Paul. He's also trying to get temporary custody of their son. And to make things even more complicated, it's been reported that police are now investigating a separate domestic violence incident involving the two of them from just 3 weeks ago. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. Why does this one cancellation matter so much in the grand scheme of things? Well, because the speed and the finality of this decision, it really could be a landmark moment for the entire entertainment industry. This is the big takeaway right here. For a network to completely cancel a season of a massive, money-making franchise like The Bachelorette, especially this close to the premiere, is something we've almost never seen before. It sets a dramatic and very public new precedent for how networks might handle these kinds of crises from now on. And that leaves us with a huge question for the future of this entire genre of television. In this day and age, with so much public scrutiny, is this level of accountability going to become the new normal for reality TV stars and for the networks that make them famous? Before we wrap up, we want to share this number. The issues that came up in this story are incredibly serious. If you or anyone you know is a victim of domestic violence, you can reach the domestic violence hotline at 800-799-SAFE. Please don't hesitate to reach out.